type of game that the Chiefs win. So I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm not going to get fooled. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe with the Dolphins. I am going with the Chiefs. But
hey, and by the way, Derrick, can you post our overall records? Let the people know where we stand. Because I stand taller than the rest of you guys at number 1.
Atlanta's a really tough place to play.
We're so scared of going into the Mercedes-Benz Dome.
But people haven't won there. They have like a really, really, really good record at home.
Oh no, the Carolina Panthers and Washington Commanders. Who's gone there? Nobody good has gone there to play the Falcons this year. Dallas Cowboys, team that I picked to go to the Super Bowl to play the Ravens. You know I speak fluent Cowboy. That has been questioned because I've been wrong on a couple of them, but I've also been right on the Cowboys. So don't just focus on the wrong. Let's focus on the right.
This is former Chicago Bear Desmond Clark. And y'all hear me on many podcasts, but when y'all hear me on Pick'em Pros, y'all know it's all about family. This ain't just business.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You know who it is. I am Derrick Thompson.
And I'm Diego Thompson.
And who are we?
We're the Pick'em Pros.
We are the Pick'em Pros coming back at you in the house with a special episode 65 of Who You Got. Father-son dynamic duo, Diego and Derrick Thompson coming at you for week 9 of our NFL picks, where we are picking all the games along with former NFL tight end Desmond Clark. But not only are we picking the games, we are picking for causes. We put money back in the community by going at it every week. And whoever the winner is between the three of us gets money donated to the cause of their choice. What's going on, my man?
Nothing much. Just getting ready, in between sports and just chilling, man.
All right. In between sports, you're in between football. Now you're transitioning, trying to get into basketball shape. So you play JV football. Now you're getting ready to go into basketball. Got tryouts next week. So good luck to you, man. Well, hey, again, we got a great show for you. We're going to pick all 14 of the NFL games here. We're going to tell you who we're playing for this week, and we'll get into all of that. But first, we're going to recap week 8, go into how we did. Dez is gloating. He's on his high horse, so he, is definitely going to be calling himself the professor this week. So we're going to have to hear all of his chatter. He'll be coming in when we get to the games that we disagree on. So we agree on 8 games. We disagree on 6. Dez will be joining us for the 6 that we disagree on. So we'll go through that. Again, we'll touch on the causes that we're playing for. We're going to tell you who we're playing for in a second. And then we have a couple special shout outs to those that visited our booth this weekend at the Harvest Festival in Clayton, North Carolina. Got a lot of love. Got like 60 new subscribers. So thank you all that stopped by our booth. A lot of love there, and we're going to be having some of our subscribers join us on our show upcoming, so we'll touch on that a lot more. All right. Well, first, man, you ready to recap week 8 and how we did?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go do it.
All right. So week 8. Again, we had 16 games in week 8. We like to be transparent, like to tell you how we did. So we had 16 games in week 8. Dez finished first. He went 13-3. So he did his thing. We got to give him his props. He did his thing. He went 13-3. You went 12-4.
Mm-hmm.
So not bad. You were 1 game back, and then I went 10-6. So 10-6. Hey, not too bad. Not my typical standard.
Barely 500. Man.
It's not my typical 14-2 standard, but off week by my standards for sure. All right. Well, that's where we were there. What's our overall?
So Dez is first. He is 74-48. And okay. I am second. I am 72-50. And you are in last place at 70-52.
Okay. I'd rather refer to it as third place, not last place.
It's last place. It's the first to last. So
okay. All right. First and last. Well, do we want to touch on fantasy football? I know we're touching on this and the picks and whatnot.
Yeah, I think we should make these picks, man.
You don't want to touch on fantasy football because you and I play in a couple of leagues together. And I know during the summer we gave like our rankings on running backs, quarterbacks, receivers, all of that. And just didn't know if you wanted to give a fantasy football update.
Yeah, no, I think I'm good.
You want to skip that?
I think I'm good on fantasy, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
you know what? I'm just gonna give them a quick update because some people that stopped by our booth, they were asking about fantasy, wanting to know, if we play fantasy, what we do. So we, the summertime, we put fantasy, rankings and tips out there. And just FYI, I'm in 3 leagues and I'm in first place in all 3 leagues. So just wanted to mention that. And then, man, you and I, Diego, we played head to head this past week, didn't we?
Really? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, we played head to head, and think it was like 0.02 points that separated us. So it was a very, very tight match.
Just because I needed 13 yards from Devontae Adams, and since Devontae is like a top 5 receiver in the league, I was pretty sure that he was going to, especially against the Lions defense, so he was going to go for about 100 and a touchdown. So I was kind of. But instead, I needed 13 yards. So I was like, okay, that's a gimme. He'll get that in like one drive. He gets 11 yards.
What are the odds? What are the odds of Devontae?
That like the worst game of Devontae's career came.
Oh man! Shout out to Commissioner, man.
And Raiders need to get Devontae out of there. Jimmy G and Devontae is not working.
Oh man,
get him out of there. Set him free.
Man, this has been such a great fun. Where's my trophies? My trophies are not in my reach right now. I would grab them. But man, shout out to Commissioner Smith. He does a great job running our league called the No Trade League. Shout out to him, man. Does a great job. So yeah, that's been a lot of fun. Shout out to Mike Boylan that runs our other league. So yeah, we're in a couple of really cool leagues. It's been a lot of fun, at least a lot of fun for me, at least. So yeah, it's been good. But all right, we'll get off of fantasy. I stop messing with you, and we'll get to these picks because that's why we are here, playing for our causes. So, who are you playing for?
I'm playing for the Winston-Salem Rescue Mission.
Playing for the Winston-Salem Rescue Mission. So we've already donated $250 to them. So $250 is up for grabs every week. So every week we're playing for that. So if you win $250, we'll go back to the Winston-Salem Rescue Mission next week. I'm switching it up this week. So because I'm just playing for a lot of local schools. So I've already donated to Clayton High School. They had an amazing football game this past week. Where man, they had somebody literally parachuted out of the sky for the national anthem. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen for a high school football game. So we should have known they were gonna lose with all the theatrics that they had. But
yeah,
we paid for the DJ, which they paid, for a DJ to be on field every week. We actually sponsored and paid for that. So that came out of my week 6 earnings. So I covered the music there for Clayton High School football. But this week, man, or the next time I win, which is going to be this week, I am playing for South Gardner High School. This is in North Carolina. South Gardner High School's women wrestling team. Playing for them. So my 250 is going to go to them. I think they're a new team. So I'm sure there's some funds that's needed to spin up this team. So my funds are going to go to them. Next time I win, I'm going to have to go by and check out one of their matches as well. So shout out to Coach Lindsay. She stopped by our booth at the Harvest Festival this past weekend and mentioned that she's starting this team. So I want to show them some love. So my earnings are going to go there. Desmond Clark, next time he wins, which he just won this past week, so he won another $250 for his cause. His cause is the United Way, Central Florida. So he's playing for United Way, Central Florida, and has already won money for that cause. And next time he wins again, which is probably going to be a long time. So whenever he wins again, another $250 will go to his cause. All right, so that's what we're playing for. That's what's on the line. All right, so let's get into these picks, my man. You ready?
Ready, let's go.
All right, so we've got 14 games this week. We agree on 8, disagree on 6. So we're going to start with the 8 that we agree on. So first game that we agree on, we have the Tennessee Titans traveling to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. This is the Thursday night game. Pittsburgh is a 3-point favorite at home. coming off that loss last week where they blamed the refs. Who do we have in this one, man?
Yeah, we all have the Steelers winning this one. They came off that bad loss to the Jags at home. I think that's because the Jags are showing that they're a good team. They're a really, really good team this year. They're 6-2, same record as like the Chiefs and the Dolphins and all that. So they're in that category. They should be in the category of one of the best teams. And Steelers have been consistent this year. They're like 4-3, and at home against the Tennessee Titans, who have been up and down this year, I think they should win.
Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, I think the Steelers will take care of this. Man, shout out to us because we actually all picked the Titans last week to beat the Falcons. We were surprised that the Falcons were the favorite, but Titans were
Titans balled out too.
Yeah, and the Titans won that. So all three of us picked the Titans to win that, but definitely don't have the Titans this week. That the Steelers are going to take care of business at home and get back on the winning track. So take the Steelers. All right. So the second game out of 8 that we agree on, we have the Arizona Cardinals, who are definitely in tank mode now. Benching the quarterback that played halfway decent, but we're benching him due to turnovers. They travel to Cleveland to play the Browns. The Browns are an 8-point favorite at home. Who do we have in this one?
Yeah, we all have the Browns in this one. The Cardinals apparently benched Josh Dobbs, who is playing well for them this year, and carried them to be competitive in some games due to turnovers. And they're going to start like a 6th-round rookie.
Yeah.
Okay, that shows me that they're fully in tank mode. And Dobbs ended up getting traded to Vikings. And without him, they have no talent on offense. And the Browns, if it's Sean or PJ, any of them can beat the Cardinals. So Browns all the way.
Yeah, agree, my man. Browns all the way. All right. So the third game out of 8 that we agree on, we have Dez's Chicago Bears, who he continues to pick against. So don't know how much of his team they are. But anyhow, his Bears travel to New Orleans. Oh, my gosh. To play the team that he is just so in love with, the New Orleans Saints.
That's basically his team. The team he wish he played for.
Exactly. So his Saints are 7.5-point favorite at home.
Ooh,
Who do we have in this one?
Yeah, we all have the Saints winning this one. They had a good win in Indianapolis last week. Looked like a crazy explosive offense I hadn't seen before. So good for them. And the Bears have not been looking so good. They got blown out by the Chargers. And if it's Justin Field or the D2 guy that's been playing the last 2 games, I think the Saints still have the win.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Saints definitely have the win in this one. Being at home, this is not an environment where the Bears are going to strike up any extra juice to win this one. Not going to do what they did to the Commanders a few weeks back, especially being a 1:00 game on Sunday. No way.
Yeah, no.
So, the Saints take care of business with this.
Yeah, they're going to get blown out.
All right. Fourth game. Probably will get blown out. I agree with you. Fourth game out of 8 that we agree on. We have, which this could be a close one. But we have the Seattle Seahawks are traveling to Baltimore to play my Ravens, team that I picked to win the Super Bowl. Shout out to Sherelle, super subscriber of the show. Sherelle, we're going to have you on because we are starting a new segment called I'm a Fan, and where we will talk to various fans about their fandom. So Sherelle, who knows a ton about, man, she's one of the most knowledgeable I know about the Baltimore Ravens. She's going to join us and be one of our first guests for that new show. So look out for that. But anyhow, Seahawks play the Ravens in Baltimore this Sunday. The Ravens are a 5.5-point favorite. Who do we have in this one?
We have the Ravens winning this one. Seattle's been playing well this year, but Baltimore's just been playing outstanding. I think this is the best they've looked since like when Lamar won the MVP, and that's pretty good. And Baltimore is just such a tough place to play because of the environment and the fans and all that. And I think the Ravens are going to beat them because it's just such a tough place to play.
Yeah, definitely had the Ravens, man. Wish I could hit this one. I'm gonna be right around there in the area. as they play, but will not be able to get to this game. So I'm very bummed about that. But yeah, we've got the Ravens here in this one. All right. Well, let's get to the 5th game out of 8 that we agree on. We've got the Tampa Bay Bucks traveling to H-Town, Houston, to play the Texans, who are coming off of that crushing defeat to our Carolina Panthers.
Oh yeah, first
Texans,
win.
oh yeah.
Many more to come. Telling you, man.
Hopefully. Anyway, Houston Texans are 2.5-point favorite at home. Who do we have in this one?
You know, I'm very worried about CJ Stroud. I don't think he's looking like the guy that people are saying that he is. But anyway, about to get back on topic. I think these are 2 evenly matched teams, despite CJ Stroud's play the last couple of weeks. But the Buccaneers have been playing well with Baker. They're like 3-4, and the Texans are also 3-4. But the Texans do have the home field advantage, and I think they'll be able to hold up at home.
Mm-hmm. They'll do more than hold up. CJ Stroud to do his thing. You need to stop being like Dez. You need to get that hate out your heart. Get that hate out your heart. CJ Stroud.
Rice was drafted over CJ.
CJ Stroud is the guy.
Oh, you know, his Ohio State Buckeyes are actually number 1 in the college football playoff rankings.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, they're over Georgia.
How?
I don't know. I thought they were good.
Gosh, that is absolutely ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous.
That's true. Right. The AP had them like 3 or 4.
Man, Georgia. All right. Georgia's going to beat them so bad. Anyway, I can't wait for that. Yeah, but no, we're going to get off topic with that. Man. So anyway, yeah, we agree. Texans are going to win that game. So let's get to the 6th game here. 6 out of 8. 6th one, we've got the New York Giants, who blew that game against the Jets. Messed me up. That really helped me last week. They messed me up. But anyhow, the Giants travel to Vegas to play the Raiders. This will definitely be a home game.
What a thriller.
Yeah, I know. Really. The Raiders are 2.5-point favorite at home.
Done with the Raiders.
Well, can Devontae Adams get 15 yards in this game?
I don't know, man. I don't know if one of the best receivers in the NFL can get 15 yards anymore. That's how big of a disgrace this franchise is. That's why I'm not picking them. The New York Giants are going to bounce back and win this home game that they have against the Raiders. And if it's Daniel Jones is playing, or it's still Tyrod Taylor, or the third stringer who ended up playing last week, I don't know. But and the kicker is going to be back on track. Graham Gano, former Panther, and they're going to be ready to play against the Raiders. You can't give Devontae Adams 15 yards.
Oh no, you making me question my pick now. You said, but anyway,
yeah, this will be the week he goes for like 200.
Exactly. So we'll see. But yeah, man, I can't pick the Raiders anymore. So just gotta stay away from them. So we all have the Giants in this one, like you said. All right. The 7th game that we agree on, 7 out of 8. Man, this should be really, really good game. Kind of surprised we're all going the same way, but yeah, anyhow. We've got Buffalo Bills traveling to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. Man, this is the Sunday night game. The Bengals are 2.5-point favorite at home. Who do we have in this one?
We all have the Bengals in this one, and I'm really happy with the way the Bengals are looking. I picked them to win the Super Bowl, and they've won 3 in a row, and including beating the 49ers, who a lot of people said were a Super Bowl favorite. But I like the way they prove that they are a top legit Super Bowl contender and Super Bowl and caliber Super Bowl winner. So got them against these Bills, who kind of slipping a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah, they are slipping a little bit. Bengals, I was the one out of the 3 of us, you and Desmond Clark, former NFL player. I was the one that picked the Bengals last week to beat the.
The Niners were at home, and and there was no Debo. I didn't know that, but that's fine.
Yeah, I saw through that, but yeah, man, yeah, definitely got the Bengals in this one. They're looking good. Burrow's looking healthy, moving well on that calf. So we'll ride the Bengals. I don't know when I'll pick against them. Well, probably when they play the Ravens. But outside of that, I think the Bengals are gonna start to string many more wins together here. So why
It's
shake
so
your
weird, bro, with the AFC North. Gosh.
You know what it is. You know what it is. That's not a good matchup for the Bengals. So
Pick a
they match
side.
up well with everybody else, but they don't match up well against the Ravens. They don't want to see the Ravens. All
Uh,
right. All right. Well, let's get to the last game that we agree on before we get to the other ones here. So the last one that we agree on is the Monday night thriller between the Los Angeles Chargers. They travel to New Jersey, MetLife Stadium, to play the Jets.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Monday night. Who do we have in this one?
Yeah, everyone's gonna be watching, and we got the chart. We all got the Chargers in this one. I'm surprised no one picked the Jets after that big win against their across town rival. But the Chargers, Justin Herbert looking good. It looked good against the Bears defense. So that's all the info I need for them to beat the Jets. So Justin Herbert and them, they're looking back on track. So Chargers.
Yeah. One of my fantasy quarterbacks, by the way, of my many first teams that I have in fantasy. But yeah, man, that's what's going on there. All right. So those are the 8 that we agree on. Again, we got the Chargers over the Jets. Now we're going to get to the 6 that we disagree on. But first, again, our causes. Want to mention the causes that we are playing for. 250 is on the line every week. So Dez is playing for the United Way, Central Florida. I am playing this week. I am playing for South Gardner High School in North Carolina, the women's wrestling team. I am playing for them. Diego is playing for the Winston-Salem Rescue Mission. So those are our 3 causes. Again, shout out to a lot of our new subscribers. We are about to hit the threshold where we could have memberships on YouTube. So as this airs, it's Halloween today. This should air Thursday, November 2nd. At the time of airing, we should be over that threshold where you can become a member of our channel. So please do that. We're going to have some great giveaways to our first set of members. So definitely some swag, some shirts, some hats, some of that. At our booth at Harvest Festival, we actually raffled off to all our new subscribers. We had a raffle where we raffled off a pair of J's. So Johnny O's a big fan of ours now. He won the J's, already picked his out. So they'll be arriving in a couple of weeks. When the shoes arrive, he is going to be on the show to open up the kicks. So that's going to be a lot of fun. He's a Cowboy fan, and it's just going to be a great addition to the show. So in a couple of weeks, hopefully before Thanksgiving, the shoes will come in and we'll have them on the show. So shout out to Johnny O. Happy to have you in the family, man, and we can't wait to have you on, brother. So we'll see you soon, Johnny. All right,
Johnny O.
Johnny O. He's the guy. You're gonna be seeing him, and we're gonna have a lot more of our subscribers on the show. So we're gonna make this fun. All right. Well, let's get to these 6 that we disagree on before we gotta get you out of here. So we got a few more minutes. All right. So we're gonna start with the game that you're on the island. You're on the island for 1. Des is on the island for 2. I'm on the island for 3. So first game, the game that you're on the island for, we have the Washington Commanders. Derrick Lucas, shout out to Derrick Lucas out in D.C., another big fan of the show and Commanders fans. So shout out to Derrick Lucas. So his Commanders travel to the New England to play the Patriots. 1 p.m. game. The Patriots are a 3.5 favorite. Who do you have in this one, man?
I have the Patriots at home winning this one. The Patriots have been looking not so bad these last couple of weeks, beating the Bills as of recently. And yeah, I mean, they're improving slowly and slightly throughout the season. So I believe in the Patriots.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, man. I don't know, man. I think the Patriots have been stringing. They have been looking a lot better because they were looking just totally done a few weeks ago. They're looking a little better, but I think this is a game where the Commanders Commanders show up. I think Eric Bieniemy is going to have that offense firing a little more this upcoming week, and I think the Commanders get a much-needed win in New England. Both teams are up and down. Both teams are very much wild cards, so this can really go either way and be a coin flip. So I really can't beat you up too much for this, and New England's the favorite. But I'm definitely going with the Commanders, as I think they're just simply due. But let's get Dez's take on this, and let's welcome the professor back and get Dez's take, because we know he's chomping at the bit to give his 2 cents in since he has the chain. Dez, welcome to the show. And what's your take on this one, man? Why you going against Diego?
All right, so the professor is back teaching class. Welcome to Pick 'em Pro University. And when I say your name to the students in my class, I need you to say present. Derrick Thompson, are you present? Diego Thompson, are you present? See, the problem is you guys don't show up to class, and therefore you can't become pros at this Pick 'em Pro thing. You just stay Pick 'em amateurs. I'm trying to teach you gentlemen how to do this. Hey, and by the way, Derrick, can you post our overall records? Let the people know where we stand. Because I stand taller than the rest of you guys at number 1. I don't know who's number 2 or number 3. If you're not number 1, then that just means that you're in last place. I'm in first. You guys are in last. So if you can do that for me, I appreciate it. So the professor is going to get to speaking and get to teaching and get to educating you guys on who you should be picking. And let's start with Diego. You went with the Patriots, Diego. Haven't you seen this Patriots team lately? Yes, they have a legendary coach. He is legendary, but he is past his prime. That team and that roster that he has is not a good team. Quarterback play is not good. The Commanders, they haven't lived up to the expectations. They play in a tough division, but I believe that this Commanders team is a very good team playing in a tough division, and they have yet to hit their stride. They will start to hit their stride against the New England Patriots. So, Diego, for another week, you will not be wearing the chain. Sorry.
All right, there you have it. There you have it from the professor. So going with the Commanders in this one, going with the upset as I am. All right, so now we're going to go to the 2 games where Dez is on an island. The first one, he has we've got the Los Angeles Rams who've been slipping or traveling to, the Green Bay Packers. So we know where Dez is going on this one. We know where he's going on this one. So let's go ahead and just give it to Dez to give his take on this one. Dez, who you got?
So we got the Rams versus the Packers. Who you think I'm going to pick? Do I even need to go any farther? I'm not going to pick the Packers. Jordan Love? No, it's Jordan hate. I hate the Packers. I love the Rams, at least for this week. The Rams are a much more talented team. They haven't shown it. The Packers, I just love to see them struggle right now. I love every minute of it. I love that the defense is not playing as well as they thought they would. I love that Jordan Love has like the second most touched interceptions in the league right now. I love that part, but I hate the Packers. Give me the Rams.
All right, so you know who Dez has. He just cannot pick the Packers. He's got all that hate in his heart. Will not go with love. Come on, Dez. Get some love in your heart, man. So, Diego, why are we going with the Packers in this one?
Yeah, they're all the home team, and I think Jordan Love's got to start rattling off some wins at some point because people are really down on him. And this is going to be, I feel like he's due for a time to kind of show people why he can at least be the starter next year. Like, he's got to prove that he can be the starter next year. So I think he's got to prove himself.
Yeah, he's got to start putting it together. I think, and Aaron Jones should have a better game this week. I'm looking for him to do his thing. Finally, I need him. Come on, Aaron. Other people on our fantasy team has been carrying the load. I need Aaron Jones to step it up.
He hasn't been healthy since week 1, dude.
Yeah, and he looked great week 1. So I think he's going to start to put it together. Christian Watson, got to give him in the mix. So I think this is the game where the Packers start to put it together. They are the 3-point favorite. So we're going to go ahead and ride with the Packers. So we're battling Dez on this one. All right. So second game where Dez is on the island. We've got the Indianapolis Colts coming off of that loss last week, lost to Dez's Saints. They travel to, they're coming to Cackalack to play the Panthers for a 4 o'clock Eastern game.
Oh, this is at home?
The home game, 4 o'clock.
Man.
Panthers. So we're gonna kick it to Dez.
Man, I knew this was a hype. This was a hype game, man. When people wrote the schedule, they knew to put the Panthers at 4 o'clock.
They knew. Okay.
What they knew, man. They knew this would be a prime time.
All right. Well, let's kick it to Dez and see what who Dez has in this. Who do you have in this one, Dez?
The Colts at the Panthers. This is an easy one. This was the easiest one on the board. So you guys are going with the Carolina Panthers just because you live in Carolina. See, here's the thing. You never bet with your heart. You always bet with your head. That's why you keep losing your money. And by the way, another $250 is going to the United Way of Central Florida because they have a winner picking for them. And we won another $250 last week. But the Colts, a better team than the Panthers. And Derrick, I am surprised at you. You're not going with me, ain't you? That's your guy. And now when he's finally playing a lackluster, poor team, you don't pick him. I don't understand. See, one thing about being a pick 'em pro is being consistent. You guys got to be consistent. You jump around too much. One week you like this and you like that. And then the next week, I don't understand. You just jump off the bandwagon. I know the Colts got whooped last week, and it was one of the reasons that you guys lost. But the Colts are a better team than the Panthers. It's Carolina Panthers. Come on.
All right, there you have it. So Dez is taking the Colts. He's not going with the hometown team. Diego, why are we going with the Panthers, man?
We're the home team. We got a 4 o'clock game. This hasn't happened in like 5 years.
Right.
So this is a big moment in Panther history, and they're going to celebrate it by getting a dub against the Colts who have been slipping as of late.
Colts have been slipping. Yeah, the Colts have been slipping. So don't see them being able to now go on the road and do it against the Panthers. I think this is a team that this is going to be a good matchup for the Panthers. He'll have a little more time for Bryce Young to get that ball. I think Bryce has a big game. So this would be a big confidence booster for the Panthers. Put 2 in a row together. Oh, man, we'll start to get momentum.
You might come for that division, man.
This is a big one. This is a big one. So we're going to need this one. All right. So those are the 2 where Dez is on the island. So we've got 3 games left before we get on out of here. These are the games where I'm on the island. And, oh, man, a couple of these are big-time games. So let's get into them real quick. So we've got Sunday, 9:30 Eastern in Germany. We've got the Miami Dolphins. We've got Reek. Man, those boys traveling to play.
Reek.
Yes, playing the Kansas City Chiefs, who's coming off of that loss to the Denver Broncos. Chiefs are a 2.5-point favorite. So I am going with, I'm going to go ahead and start this one off since these are the games where I'm on the island. I'm going with the City Chiefs. I'm going with the world champions. I'm going for them to bounce back. Man, we'll see if is Taylor Swift. She might even go to Germany for this one. So this is going to be a big one.
A concert in Germany.
So this is where I inch back, get on 4 games back, but that's not a problem. That's not a problem. South Gardner High School wrestling team, women's wrestling team, the money's coming to you. I'm getting the chain this week. Chiefs are going to beat the Miami Dolphins. What's your take on it, man?
Dude, Reek is playing his former team. Tyreek Hill, the explosive cheetah, the cheetah. We call him Reek. Every time he gets the ball, I'm in the man case going Reek because he's just so quick as he runs up the field. This is Tyreek. He might go for 200. He might go for 200 today, man. I have a feeling. Just a
he'll want to. He's gonna try, but he's gonna be too jacked up. He's gonna be so jacked up. It's just it's gonna work against him.
They gave up on him. They didn't believe in him.
Well, hey, all that. I don't know if they didn't believe in him, but They didn't want to pay him the money. They wanted to get all
Yeah,
those.
they didn't think it was good enough.
And it proved to be good chuck because they still won the Super Bowl. But
Yeah,
Miami has yet to beat a big time opponent in a big time game. They still have not done that. I think the streak continues, and they continue to not be able to win against really, really good teams in big time moments. Think the Chiefs, this is the type of game that the Chiefs win. So I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm not going to get fooled. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe with the Dolphins. I am going with the Chiefs. But hey, let's get Dez's take on this. Dez, why are you taking Miami?
So Derrick, Dolphins at Chiefs. You know what? I'm not even going to give you a hard time on this one because I see this game as a toss-up. I almost went with the Chiefs. Then I switched to the Dolphins. And then I went back to the Chiefs. And then I went to the Dolphins. Then I seen that they're playing in Germany. So there's really not a home field advantage here. I just went with the most explosive offense. And the most explosive offense is the Miami Dolphins. Even though the Chiefs have Mahomes, I think the Dolphins will outscore the Chiefs. I look for this game to be like 37-34. Give me the Dolphins.
All right. There you have it. Dez is caught up. It's caught up in all the flash. You guys are all caught up in the flashing lights. You're not seeing. My owl instincts are kicking in and coming back here, and I'm feeling good. And I'm going to be right about this one. Kansas City takes this one. All right. Well, let's get to the next game where I'm on the island. The next game, we've got the Minnesota Vikings with Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles. They are traveling to Atlanta to play the Falcons. Atlanta's a 5-point favorite, but I don't care they're a 5-point favorite, and I'm not worried about them losing the quarterback. The Vikings are still going to go and because their receivers are balling out. Atlanta.
There's no Jefferson.
Don't need Jefferson. Got Osborne.
You don't need Jefferson.
Man, hey, these other receivers are balling. And matter of fact, I think Jefferson's been out 4 weeks. So Jefferson, don't let Jefferson come back. Then you're really gonna be in trouble. But
they might sit out the rest of the season. Kirk Cousins is gone, man.
He's not gonna sit out the rest of the season because I think the Vikings are starting to gain momentum. The Vikings are going to continue to win. Vikings are going to shock y'all and get the win here. You guys don't see it.
Okay, so Joshua Dobbs got traded there. That's a pretty solid pickup for the rest of the season. But he's not going to be there next week because he has to learn a whole offense. So who is their quarterback?
Doesn't matter. It's the same quarterback that stepped in and led them to a double-digit win last week.
They already had a double-digit lead. All they had to do was maintain it. All he had to do was run the ball. Their run game was on point yesterday.
Yeah, he's gonna maintain this lead and continue to take them.
No, but they already had a double-digit lead. Now he's got to build it from the ground up and build a foundation. And Atlanta, no one has won in Atlanta this year. I think there's been a couple, but Atlanta's a really tough place to play.
We're so scared of going into the Mercedes-Benz Dome.
But people haven't won there. They have a really, really, really good record at home.
Oh no, the Carolina Panthers and Washington Commanders. Who's gone there? Nobody good has gone there to play the Falcons this year because the Falcons were awful last year.
The Vikings aren't a good team. The Vikings are under 500 and without Kirk Cousins, who's led the league in touchdown passes.
The Vikings have won 3 in a row. And they're about to make it 4. 4.
The Falcons have been playing well too.
Nah, man, not like the Vikings. So we're gonna see.
And they benched their quarterbacks. They're gonna have a better person in.
We're gonna settle it on the field.
Heineke.
Okay. They have Heineke. Heineke's my boy. But we got to move on to the next game. We got to get out of here. Yeah. So we're gonna move on to the last game. Oh, no, actually, hold on. We got to get Dez's take on this one. So Dez, why are you taking the Falcons at home in this one, man? Why do you think I'm crazy? What's up, Dez?
So Derrick, you got the Vikings. The Vikings. Now they did beat up on San Francisco. They looked good that week, but they're still, the Vikings. They play in the worst division in football, which is the NFC North, and they can't even have a winning record there. The Vikings are a team that's banged up. If I have all of my knowledge right, which the professor usually does, Justin Jefferson is still going to be out. So you have that. You have like the worst running game in the NFL. They finally scored their first rushing TD last week. And I think last week was like week 8. Yeah. Don't like this Vikings team at all. And the Falcons have been surprising to me. I thought that they were going to be the dogs of the NFC South along with the Panthers. But this team, once they get that quarterback play going, that team is going to be a team to reckon with. And now they got your boy, Heineke. So I know you. This again, I don't know what you guys think. Like, oh yeah, you was on the Heineke bandwagon. You was getting drunk off the Heineke. And now Heineke is in for the Atlanta Falcons. And where you at? Consistency, Mr. Derrick Thompson. And because of your inconsistency, you will lose this game. The Vikings will go down. I got the Falcons.
All right. Well, that's Dez's take. He thinks this is easy money, but he's going to get fooled. See, he's getting comfortable. He's up there rearing back, laid back, and doesn't really quite. He's probably not even watching these games, but he's going to get caught slipping, and we're going to chase him down. I'm doing the LeBron chase down block on Dez and you, track both of you down, and the money's going to my cause. But hey, we got one last game to cover before we get out of here, and this is the showdown of the week. We've got my Dallas Cowboys, team that I picked to go to the Super Bowl to play the Ravens. You know I speak fluent Cowboy. That has been questioned because I've been wrong on a couple of them, but I've also been right on the Cowboys. So don't just focus on the wrong. Let's focus on the right. So the Dallas Cowboys travel to the Eagles. Really to play the Eagles. Okay. And I'm taking the Dallas
Cowboys. The Niners on the road.
The Eagles are a 3-point favorite, but I'm taking the Cowboys because this is the game that they win. So what's up?
Road?
Yep.
Man, I don't know what's wrong with you, man. You haven't them beating these top tier NFC teams on the road. If they were at home, then maybe, but not on the road in Philly, where AJ Brown's getting 150 yards every week and just little boring people.
They need to throw the ball to Smith. I don't care about what AJ Brown
is. AJ Brown's literally setting records. He set the record for most consecutive games with 125 plus receiving yards. It's 5 or 6 in a row.
That's because AJ Brown had a man tantrum after the first 2 games when my receiver Smith was getting all the balls and getting all the yards. So he started crying, and then your boy Hurts had to start giving him the ball, and now they've completely abandoned my receiver.
No, Smith has had some good weeks as of recent.
It's been okay, but it's not like
he got 99 yards last week.
I don't want 99. I want 150. and that's what he was doing the first 2 weeks before AJ Brown started crying on the field.
Well, now, AJ Brown's a better player. So,
man, that's messing me up.
Well, he's gonna throw it. Well, when they throw to AJ Brown, they win. So.
Well, they're not going to win this Sunday. That's not going to happen. The Cowboys are ready. They're going. I don't care. They've lost at home. They've lost.
They haven't. Not this year.
Well, they're going to lose. They're going to lose this Sunday. They're going to lose this Sunday. So it's over. That streak, whatever that streak is coming to an end. They haven't been looking all that great these last few weeks. So they're ready to go down.
Great.
Cowboys.
They had one bad week against the Jets, but the Jets are a sneaky team. When you go into MetLife Stadium, that's a sneaky matchup.
All right. Well, hey, let's get Dez's take on this one, Dez. Why are you taking the Eagles, man? What's up?
I'm sleep on the Jets.
And here we go. The Cowboys at the Eagles. And you're talking Cowboy again. I am so glad you're talking Cowboy again. Because when you talk Cowboy, the Cowboys lose. The same thing they did when they played San Francisco. You was talking Cowboy. I tell you, when it's not a big game, the Cowboys, they show up, they dominate, just like last week. Told you, they not nothing on the line. And when nothing's on the line, they play so well. But when something's on the line, like NFC East supremacy, these two teams going at it, they lock up and they can't make plays. And that's the same thing that's going to happen. These Dallas Cowboys will lock up in the big moment, as they always do, and watch the Eagles run roughshod right through them, right over them. I don't even believe that this game will be close. Give me the Eagles by 10, and keep talking your cowboy. I don't understand that language at all, Mr. Derrick Thompson.
All right, that's right. And Des, I do speak Cowboy. See, you always see you focusing on the negative, Des. Let's focus on the positive. You got all that hate in your heart. Let's focus on the positive. I was correct about the Cowboys week 1 when you picked the Giants to beat the Cowboys. I picked the Cowboys. I was right then, and I'll be right again this week. Cowboys are gonna win, and I'm right about that. All right. Well, hey,
I'm right about that.
I'm right about that. Well, hey, we gotta get out of here, man. Tell us real quick about the trade.
Oh yeah, Chase Young. There's another reason why I don't have the Commanders winning this week. Chase Young got traded to the 49ers, so they are stacked again on defense, and you're not stopped. And whatever O-line they play is just going to get totally cooked, because if you try to stop Bosa, then you got Chase Young on the other side.
Yeah, that's great.
Had some health issues in the past, but this year he seems to be back like he was in his rookie season. So
that's huge. That's a huge trade for the Niners. So that is big. So we'll see what happens there. Big trade for them. That should help them a lot as they progress through the season. Well, hey man, we got to get out of here. Do want to have one last note here. But happy belated birthday to my brother, your Uncle Dwayne, huge Chicago Bear fan. Happy belated birthday to him. Birthday was October 26th. October 26th is a legendary day. So that apparently was the day where Michael Jordan, who we're all huge Jordan fans, especially Dwayne, no bigger Jordan fan than him. That was the first day that was the date Michael Jordan played his first game for the Chicago Bulls. So back in '84, October 26th. Also a date that the Chicago White Sox won World Series, I believe, in 2005, if I'm not mistaken. So and there's been just a lot of big Chicago milestones that day. There's no bigger Chicago fan than Uncle Dwayne. So that's huge. What's up? What was the other one?
That was also the day when the Panthers were announced as a franchise.
That's right. That was the other thing. Yep. October 26th was also the date where the Panthers were announced as a franchise. And he was living here in North Carolina when that happened. So big day. So big shout out to Uncle Dwayne, a big fan of the show, and my brother, your uncle. All right. Well, hey, man, let's get on out of here. You got a big trip coming up. So let's get you where you need to go. So let's sign out the way we always do. We'll see y'all next time. Enjoy sports. Subscribe if you haven't. Check us out. We'll see y'all next time. Until then, pick 'em pros.
To